All right, episode 1 of the box of Wheaties. I've pulled out 3 rolls plus he threw in some extras. Thanks, Bill. Of coins. He said I might have shorted you a little bit on some of the rolls. I mean, he was an older gentleman. He said I wanted to make sure that you got 50 cents in each roll. He's like, just in case I shorted you, I threw some extras in a packet for you. So I can ensure that you have 61 rolls complete. This one is kind of pink. It was the only one like that, and so I pulled that one out. I also pulled out 2 of these red ones. They all have wreath on them. I've seen some other videos where people, instead of saying wheat, they say wreath. I've heard that I guess some of the older people refer to them as wreaths. Not sure. But hopefully there's not wreaths in here, there's Wheaties in here. So let's get down to business. Well, this is awkward. Can't find my tripod, so I'm not sure how I can sort and film at the same time. So what I think I'm going to do is bust open the rolls, sort, and then bring you back in for a recap for each roll. So we're going to start with the partial roll that was given. Looks like we have all wheat. Looks like we even have a steel or penny. So this is just a partial roll. So I'm going to run through this and I'll be right back with you guys. Well, that was not too exciting. Got a couple of 39s, both of them were S's. There was the 43 zinc over steel penny. We got 3 44s, a couple of 46s, 49, 3 53s, 56, 57, 58. So nothing looking too old yet, but we'll bust into the next roll once I set these aside. All right, going up to thick roll. This one, again, says wreaths, or wreath, I should say. Not quite sure why, but it does. It's not so easy one-handed. Let's try it this way. See if we can push him out this way. That's not going to work either. Come on, baby. They all look pretty weedy. And we got one dirty dud at the end. So again, I'm gonna run through them, give you a recap for the roll. All right, we're back. Another roll, not too exciting. Oldest was 39, got 1. Got a couple of 40s, got a 42, a couple of 45s, 4 46s, a 47, a 49, a 50, 2 51s, 3 52s, a 53, a 54, 5 55s, 7 56s, looks like about 10 57s, and 6 or 7 58s. But up there, up top, we're still missing some young ones, man. Hopefully this next roll is better to us. Let me get this aside, and we'll get in the next roll. All right, next roll. This one also says wreaths. I opened up the ends of these so you don't have to see me struggling with the ends to get the coins out. Again, looks like they're all wheat. Hopefully they're all 50s, 40s, but we'll see. I'll be right back with you guys. All right, anybody see a pattern? Bunch of 50s, bunch of 40s. We did get a 36 this time, which is nice, but we're still dry on the 20s, teens, young 30s. So we'll come down here and give you an idea how many are coming from 56, 57, 58, most of them. But to preface that, when I bought these 61 rolls, I did get them for $3.50 a piece. So based on what I'm seeing everybody else buying their rolls for, probably shouldn't expect too much more than 40s and 50s, seeing that a lot of people are paying $10, $15, $20 for a roll to get a couple of those lower dates. But we still have a bunch more rolls to go. Let's break into another one. Roll 3, another red one with wreath on it. Let's see how this one looks. Come on, baby. Looking pretty much like the last rolls. Oops, got it dirty. And a bunch of coins. So let me get through them. I'll be back with you. All right, another roll down. And as par for the course tonight, it looks like we got a bunch of 40s, a bunch of 50s. We did get a 37 though. So now that makes 3 in the 30s. Or at least we're getting a nice variation of 40s and 50s. It seems like we're getting a nice spread. I mean, we're getting certainly some bigger stacks and certain dates, but we're getting a nice spread of coins. Because we haven't gotten a 20 or a teen yet, I'm going to break into one more roll before we finish up. I'll be back with you in a minute. All right, guys, mix things up. I decided the box here had the pinkies and these other pennies. So I decided to change our pace here and see if we can change our luck here with the stripes. Looking pretty much the same. It looks like we got another steel cent. But like before, I'll get through these and see what we got. Strappy I likey. Still a nice stack of 56, 57, 58s. We got our first foreign with a memorial. It was not a wheat. And we did find a 1914. It is slick. It is slick, slick, slick. Come on, focus. Can't even focus, it's got so little detail. But we have our first teen. Too bad it doesn't have the mint mark to be a key date or a semi-key date, but still a teen. So we're on the boards for a teen. We got a couple of 39s or a couple of 30s as well. So I'm going to stack these up, show you what we've got, and then I'm going to go through and see if we have any variations, and then I'll wrap up the end here. Be right back with you. All right, the wrap up before the wrap up. That's what we got. We have a teen, 3 30s. We got something from the 40s, all the 40s, all the 50s. You can see that we really chunkified here for 56, 57, 58. Looks like we did pretty good for 44 and 45, 46. Got 3 steel cent. We're really light on the 50s, I'm not quite sure. 40 and 50 seemed a little bit low. And we got the 1 Lincoln cent for our foreign in our Wheaties box. So I'm gonna check through these, see if we have any variations, and I'll check back in before we are done. All right, final wrap up. We've got everything looked through. Unfortunately, we did not find any variations tonight. So we ended up with our 50s, our 40s, our 30s, We have our Lincoln penny, which I'm calling a foreign because this is supposed to be wheat cents. We have our 1 teen. It's slick. It's about as soft and shiny and no detail as you can get. You almost hardly see the date. Date's not quite a buffalo stretch. We're struggling, but it is barely on there. We did maybe find one variation though. I've got this 1958, which is supposed to be a double die. I'm looking at the things here and it says that the 9 has a little notch. This notch is to the left. Mine seems to be a little bit more to the right. Over on the Liberty, you'll see that the L goes up on the curve, which it does. The B is kind of smushed, which mine does. And then on the Trust, it has the S looking a little wonky over here and here. And mine has this smushed, and it seems like almost what you'd think of as a traditional double die where it almost looks like doubling. Not sure if that's just damage or not though. Tell me what you think. Would love to know if this is actually a 58 DDO. Maybe I'm just being hopeful, but there are certainly things that look like they're there to me. This coin's not in the greatest condition, so it's certainly not a deal breaker one way or another. But that's where we're at tonight. So we'll continue the series. Again, we'll do 3-4 rolls each time. I actually like the format versus doing it 100% live, simply because I don't want to have super long videos for you guys. And at least myself, I enjoy at least understanding what happened on the hunt. I don't necessarily need to see it happen live. Tell me if you feel differently. And I mean, I certainly have plenty of time to change the format if there's a different way you guys want to see things. As far as my little Wheatie cheaty here, if you want one, please leave me a message, a comment. I can shoot you the spreadsheet that I use for that. It's just something I threw together to make it easier for me, since this is supposed to be a 100% Wheatie box. Certainly not ideal for your normal hunts, because you're not going to come across Wheaties like this, but I'm really visual, and it helps me figure out what I need to be watching for as I sort these. If you'd like to know what scope I'm using, on the scope, one of the things that I did want to mention is I bought 2 scopes. I actually have the one that I'm using now, and I have this other one. I just, I'm going to show you guys real quick. I bought this one because it was a little bit cheaper. I figured I'd save a couple bucks, and so I bought this one. It is very similar to the one that I have, except for the stand. This stand, when you put the camera on here, you can never get directly over the coin like you can with this one. It makes a huge difference as far as when you're looking for the variations and the doubling. If you're not overhead, you're going to get certain shadowing and such. With the lighting and things, it can be pretty tricky. So if you are going to be looking for variations, definitely look into this camera wasn't expensive. I think it was only $10 more than this one. But save yourself the hassle. You'll always feel like you're seeing something with this. And then depending on how you twist a coin, it's not there anymore. So that's my coin hack of the day. Get a decent camera. It doesn't have to be amazing. But certainly you want to make sure you understand what you're looking at. Thanks for watching. I'll try to put a new video up at least once a week, and hopefully we'll be able to get back into the teens and 20s on our next hunt. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next hunt.